sometimes you really got to work hard for things. And pushing on and making a good effort makes it worth it, even though it can take you beyond your mental capacity. But it's character building, and it takes you into places that you don't get to very often. And then I look out over expanses like this and think that I get to spend tonight sleeping out here. Like, this is my bedroom tonight. And that What's going on, everybody? I'm out at Capitol Reef National Park with Wasatch Will. There he is.
Hey.
So what we're doing is a route called the Beehive Traverse. And what's exciting about this is it's off trail. We'll do about 25 miles, depending on the weather. Things could change for us a little bit, but 20-25 miles over that time, all off trail hiking for the most part, through the water pocket fold here in Capitol Reef. And what's really neat about this is there's not a lot of information about this trail, and we're gonna kind of keep it that way in this video. Off trail through the heart of the water pocket fold, and just super psyched to be doing this. Grateful for Will for letting me join him, since he did the legwork of planning most of this. So enjoy, guys. Here's the Beehive Traverse. So we're starting to make the climb out of Grand Wash, and it's already pretty steep. But the most technical stuff will be through today. A little bit odd perspective here in the camera, but this is what we're working up to switch back our way. This route finding business sure is fun.
Drag my pack up bit by bit.
Getting through that little zigzag to get up onto this ridge right here that was wild and a little scary, if I'm being honest. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're up over another saddle that was not easy, to be quite honest. In fact, today has been one of the more difficult days of backpacking that I've had. This off-trail navigation, not having something like a clear, easy path to follow, something that's established, really makes a difference in how fast you can travel and just your ability to kind of drop your head and walk. Can't really do that. So we're probably hiking less than a mile an hour. We've only done, what, maybe 4 miles?
Yeah, about 4 so far.
Yeah, so, and we've been on the trail for 4 hours. So, there you go. Did I mention how pretty this is? Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. Totally blown away. Wow! Getting close to 6 o'clock at this point. But how beautiful is this panoramic? This is amazing. Feel pretty lucky to be here right now. Super cool. Yeah, so from there I walked up and then made my way down.
Like right here?
Yeah, so from the potholes right here, we either got to make our way up around this bench and come down this gully, but right here is a big dry fall. And you can see it's quite a ways down. So, Navigation City. Now here's the dry fall that we just made our way around. So what we did is we worked our way across this ridge up here, pretty high actually, and all the way across, and probably the most exposed hiking I've done with a pack on. And so that was exciting. We just made it down really steep gully, but it allowed us to get around that. And now we're
so much less.
on flat ground.
It looks so much worse from up on high than it does from down here.
It really does.
Oh, I'm gonna get wet.
That's big though. This is absolutely incredible. One of the most beautiful, awe-inspiring places I've ever been. Wow. Wow. Here's my tent. Got things all nice and cozy in here. Gonna be a nice night. Good morning, everybody. Definitely slept in longer than I anticipated, but it's nice to be able to just have a good, nice, long night of sleep. Morning, guys. So we've had a wonderful night of sleep, and it's already 9:50. Later start than we had planned, but tell you what, it was sure nice to get a good night of sleep last night, and what a beautiful, beautiful place. So we just made our way out of what is called Redman Canyon. Whether or not that's an official name, don't know, but we're going to make our way to the east in the direction of the Notum Bullfrog Road, and then we'll basically snake our way back and forth between all the various canyons over to Capitol Gorge, which we won't make it to Capitol Gorge tonight. We've got about 7 miles that we'll do today. So we ended up about a mile less than we had planned yesterday, but some of those obstacles yesterday were a little more than we anticipated, and a little bit more vertical gain and loss than kind of expected too. So here we go, day 2. Let's do this thing. really hard to like keep a good, long, like quick, solid pace when you have such beautiful, oh my goodness, such beautiful things for you to look at. Wow, that's amazing. Well, we're taking a look at camp from night one last night. Let me zoom in a little bit, show you where we were at. Pretty much right there in the center of the frame. That was camp. So we made our way all the way down this drainage. So it's been pretty cool to kind of follow like a human trail. It's the first time on on this route so far that we've had any kind of resemblance of a human path. We've seen other footprints that were old and aged, and if you weren't paying attention you wouldn't be able to see that that's what you were looking at, but for some reason right here it's a little more apparent. Might be because it's the only real route on this section of the route. So we're gonna horseshoe around this way and just keep on trucking. Wow, talk about a climb. Just measure my heart rate, 170 beats per minute. We've basically walked from the bottom of the wash, and oh my goodness. Whoa. Check this out. Whoa, baby. Wow. That rivals Zion for sure. Here we go. Made it down off of that ridge where we had lunch, which was probably 2 miles of straight downhill, and now we're walking up a wash that is going to take us to another obstacle. Woohoo! Yay for obstacles. So that'll be interesting. We'll wait to tell you about that once we get there. But we've got maybe 2 miles to that point. And then we're hoping to camp in a area called Blow Sand Canyon. And it's supposed to be super picturesque, just awesome. I've seen pictures of it so far, and just mind-blowingly beautiful. Not that this trip so far has been totally amazing, but whoo! Love it!
Got it. Devin says it's a no-go further up ahead.
No.
Slots up even tighter and gets real wet, so it's not the wader. So We're gonna go back and take a little ramp up to a ledge up above, up there somewhere, and bypass it that way.
We're trying to decide.
Is this the later?
Do we go? Okay, here we go. Woo! It's chilly. Starting to get good and narrow up here. We've pretty much committed at this point to making this work, so this could get interesting here pretty quick. Yikes, dude. That. My heart rate's up a little bit.
Yeah. Crap.
This could be interesting.
It's that part of you and then the chest that where it really hurts. I gotta think that's the deepest spot.
Yeah, it's pretty deep and cold.
Can you get up and out of there is the question now. You're right about at the chalkstone, aren't you?
Yep.
Does it step up?
It's starting to, it's just tight.
Yeah.
But, yep, we can do this. Yep, it's gonna work. Woo! Yeah! This thing means business. We are committed at this point. I'm not turning back.
I'm thankful though we can do it from here.
So that water got up to waist level. Whew, it's cold. Here goes Will, coming through the last section.
There's a step.
So I'm officially cold, but that is beautiful. We just spent the last 15 minutes or so filtering water, filling up bottles, and carrying some extra water because we're anticipating a dry camp tonight. So got an extra 2 liters, carrying 4 liters total. And
For that dry camp for the second night in a row.
you're shaking too. We're shaking, it's freaking cold. Time to get walking. Well, in true Beehive Traverse style, we gotta make our way up this chute, which is named Rabbit Ear Pass. And then we'll make our way down into Blow Sand Canyon. Whew! It's cold. Time to put gloves on. Maybe halfway up at this point. We're getting there. There's Will coming up through the trees down there. And down to that Ponderosa is where we started.
We're halfway up yet?
Just about. Man, that is a beautiful view. Look at that. Ooh, baby. Woo! Yeah, that's steep. Yeah. Just about over the top. Oh, yeah. Goodness. No way.
Here we are.
Wow. Oh my
think,
gosh.
What do you think?
Blow Sand
Can you get a picture?
Canyon. Cannot believe we made it all this way today. That's amazing. Well, we've got quite the hard to beat that view from our camp. Oh, this is so neat. All of our wet clothing there laying out so it can get dry, hopefully, we'll see. Well, that was easily one of the more difficult days of backpacking that I've had. Wading through that slot, the amount of elevation gain that we had and loss, just absolutely mentally taxing, physically exhausting, and whew. What do you think, Will?
It's worth it.
Totally worth it. I mean, look at where we're at.
We survived the cold water.
Beyond amazing.
We didn't get hypothermia.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
You getting that on film?
I did. He's losing his tent over here. Good morning, guys. It's day 3. Had a good night last night. Enjoyed kind of running around, taking some fun night shots of the tents and stars. And I was up at like 3:30, and man, absolutely beautiful. The stars out, no clouds in the sky. The moon had gone down. Just so pretty. But this view is just absolutely breathtaking. We got the Golden Throne there, straight in the back, down over Below Sand Canyon. Camped up here on this slick rock. The view back here, it's okay, I guess. Got a little bit less strenuous of a day today. We got an obstacle called the butt crack to manage, but that shouldn't be an issue at all. Can't be anything compared to what we did yesterday, so whew, let's do this. Ready for the day. All packed up, ready to go. Shall we do this?
Yep.
9:50. Man, we're so good at starting early. We've been up for 4 hours.
That's what happens in October, and you're waiting for the sun to come out.
That's true. That is true. Well, onward like a herd of turtles. Looking down the chute, we will make our way down into this drainage towards the butt crack. It's the story of this trip: up and down, climb a chute, bushwhack.
Butt crack. Top of it. Yeah, where it drops.
Yep.
Go up into those rocks and
behold the butt crack.
Yeah.
Jeez. There you go. Yeah! Well, we've more or less made it through all of the obstacles for the trip and have basically completed the Beehive Traverse at this point. Looking at this on the screen, this is what we just came through and down. Big old boulder field and a little bit of exposure. We have now just left the tanks in Capitol Gorge, making our way out to the east side of the park, and we'll eventually today leave the boundary of the park, make our way around to Pleasant Creek, and within that time re-enter the park. And we had a little social hour with all the people that were hiking up Capitol Gorge from the parking lot, the trailhead, to go check out the tanks. And now we're walking past that where people aren't. It actually kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety being around all the people and having a pack on and not having seen anybody for the last 2 days. My heart rate went up for some reason, and I don't know, I felt kind of out of place. So I can already tell that, like, now away from people, my heart rate's gone down. Don't feel as anxious as I did. So I haven't really felt like filming much since we got out of Capitol Gorge and started making our way. Apparently there's a really good view. Oh yeah. Hey, there's the throne. Wow. Anyway, I'm not feeling super hot. Super fatigued. My leg muscles and whatnot, but
The golden throne out there.
the work to get up here is worth it for this view. Check this out.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there in the center of the screen is Golden Throne, and we camped just around to the east of that last night. So if that gives you any indication of the kind of terrain that we've worked our way through, pretty amazing. But I'm ready for camp.
Amen.
Which is going to be somewhere up there. It's not too far away, about a half mile. We'll start making our way there. Trying to not be complacent and whatnot, which is easy to do when things are hard and you're tired, you're hungry, and the route that we've done is more difficult than I'd anticipated. All of that's not to be complacent and to cry woe is me, but to say that sometimes you really got to work hard for things, and pushing on and making good effort makes it worth it, even though it can take you beyond your mental capacity. But it's character building, and it takes you into places that you don't get to very often. And then I look out over expanses like this and think that I get to spend tonight sleeping out here. Like, this is my bedroom tonight. And that it really just puts things into perspective, puts life into perspective. And at times like this, when 3 days into a trip, done 20 miles or so, I miss my wife, miss my kids, like, it's worth it. It's worth the time, the effort, and whatnot. So go out and do hard things, guys. I mean, look at this. But what a day. Personally, I went from super high highs to really low lows and was feeling pretty crummy there for the second part of the day until we Obviously got closer to camp and got some sugar in me and just got feeling a little better. But we're in probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever camped. And the last 2 nights have been pretty amazing of themselves, but tonight for some reason feels extra special. Maybe because it was a little more work to get here, even though like going up over that pass yesterday, getting into blow sand, like, oh my goodness. It's all been hard work. It's all been hard work, and I'm just so grateful to be here. Feel so blessed to be able to spend time in a place like this and with a good friend and just enjoy the solitude of being here. Pretty awesome. So we're gonna call it a night. We'll catch you in the morning. Well, good morning. Day 4. We are just getting up after a long night of sleep. I think I fell asleep at about 9 o'clock. Yesterday was a long day, a tough day, and my legs are absolutely feeling it this morning, but got an amazing place to wake up to, and probably got 6.5 miles to get out of here today back to the trailhead, which we're hoping that the trailhead that we're going to, the road isn't closed for the vehicle to pick us up, since we didn't leave a vehicle there when we started. But beautiful morning. I slept well. Been really happy with my sleep system this trip. We're gonna get breakfast going here, get packed up, and get on the trail and get back to the families. So let's do this. All right. So we have started day 4. We've had the packs on for about 20 minutes is all, making the climb up onto this ridge. Now we're overlooking Pleasant Creek. So give you a little bit of like idea of where we're at, what we're doing, and an understanding of a little bit more of this route. So yesterday we finished kind of the proper route for the Beehive Traverse. The idea is that it starts at Grand Wash, ends at Capitol Gorge. We're extending that and hiking from Capitol Gorge all the way over to Pleasant Creek, which adds about 10 miles. So just shy of 26 miles is what I measured on the map yesterday. So we will do roughly 26 miles over this 4 days. Well, we exited the boundary to the park back there, maybe not even a quarter mile. I don't know how far we've walked. But we're making our way down this drainage, and we'll hook around to meet up with Pleasant Creek, and that'll be the home stretch. Still lots of really cool things to see though. It's exciting to be able to think that there's more to see after having seen everything that we have so far. Whew. Yeah, baby. This is so pretty. So I know it's super cliche of me to say what I'm about to say, but it's pretty bittersweet that this trip is coming to an end. It's been 4 days of just absolutely breathtaking views. Cannot even begin to express the level of like emotional highs and lows and just what the experience has done for me personally. But I'm super grateful to have gotten out with Will, spent that time with him, and to be able to work together as a team to work through the obstacles that we had. Not something that I would ever consider doing solo for this route, and an experience that I won't ever forget. I've got pictures and things to remember, but beyond that is just the time out here. This park is absolutely incredible. There's some key friends that we're missing on this trip. Jared, Corbin, you guys are missed. Grateful to be out here with Will and in an amazing place, and just hard to know the words to come up with. So we're just about there. We're gonna keep going. Well, this is the point where we say goodbye. Till next time. Again, an amazing trip. Thanks to Will for basically doing the legwork to find out all of the information on this route. Major kudos to him, but what we're gonna do is actually hike up here to the field station and see if the gentleman that manages the field station is there. And if he is, he can let us know if we're gonna hike the road, if the road is still closed, or what our situation is. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Hit the little bell to get notifications when I post new videos. This is the Beehive Traverse, Pleasant Creek, Capitol Gorge, Water Pocket Fold, all of it just amazing. See you guys.